Welcome back. Let's continue from where we ended. So we worked on this as the checkbox. Let's add a few more checkboxes by copying our code and reposting. Control C and Control V, then enter Control V. So let's make this yellow, and then let's make this green. Okay. So we have all these checkboxes. You can select 2 or 3 or just one. Can't do anything with them. So that's how to create a checkbox. Let's go on to the next thing. Let's go on to create a data list, what we normally call a drop-down list. Let's BR. Now let's ask for the person's region. We want to know the region and the person's location. So let's put region there. So label, as usual, label. So we want to know the person's region. Control Z, label for region. Okay. So get rid of the favorite. And then we move on to create our input. Okay. So we have our label region. Now let's create our input. Our inputs we'll create a list input. Okay, the input type will be list. Input, sorry, not the input type. We'll create, okay, that's what we do. Input. Then since it's a data list we are working on, we specify list here instead of type and give the list a name. Since we are working on regions, we give it the name regions. Okay. Not we assign the attributes list with regions. Okay, with the value regions. So we go on to see what, let's first of all, let's put a break line here. BR, and then let's save. So we have an input box here. Now we want a drop down. So now we have to write something for our data list, and then after writing that for our data list, we'll link the data list to this input box so that we can have the drop down. Okay, that's why we have this list regions here. You see how we will use it. So now we would have, the next thing we'll have is a data list tag, data list. Then inside the data list tag, we'll have options. Okay, so we have option, then the value. Okay, so let's say the value is Volta. Let's put about 4 regions. Okay, don't really need this here. Okay, so we have Volta, then we have option, then the value will be northern. Okay, then What's that? We don't really need this. Okay. Then we have the third option. Let's make it central. Central. Then the last option, let's make it Western. Western. Okay. So we have 4 options. Let's delete this. Now we save. When we come here, we still don't have the drop down, but we've listed our options. Now what we do here is that it's just like the radio buttons, the linking we had to do. Okay, we have to make this data list tag be linked to this input tag. We want to link the data list, the drop down, to the text box, and we'll do that by this is the list. Okay, the list is regions. Okay, so we'll come here and declare the ID as regions. ID is equal to regions. Okay, and that's all we have to do. We save, and then we come back. Now we have our drop down, and we can select from the drop down. Okay, now that we've been able to produce our data list, I think we can move on to the next item. Let's say the text area. That's also a unique one. The text area is for it's like a text box, but this time it allows multiple lines within the text box. Something like a comment. Normally, when you go to the blog site, you find a comment section. So we have this is how we use it. Text area. Okay, text area. Just the text area tag. Then we have something like this. Let's save it. We have it there. But let's come this way here and give a br. Then let's save. Okay, now let's give it a label of comments. Okay, let's we have label label comments. Okay, now we have our comment section. Br, we have our comment section. Our comment field. Sorry. Okay, we have our comment field. So now let's add one more thing, range, like the person's on a scale of the person's scale of satisfaction or something like that. Okay, so range. So let's range is done with an input. It's also an input. You use the input tag. Then the type we specify it as range. The type is equal to range. Okay, then we have that. So on top of this br, and then below the br we have how happy are you, a label how happy are you. then question mark. Then after the label, we have another break line, BR. BR is save, and we have this. So there, yeah. Now finally, we can add our let's add our submit button. Okay, so BR, and then we have our submit input type submit. Okay, and we save. We have our submit button. Okay, so basically these are the that's how to create your forms, but we can group these. Let's try grouping this. Okay, let's group the first one. We use the field set to group. Field sets. Okay, then X. We have name age. After age, we have yes. So V. So we save, and we see we've grouped the first one. Now we can give it a name. The group, that group, a name. We would have something like legend. Then we have, sorry, okay, so legend. Then here we have personal info. So we can do that. We can find the various groupings of all the input fields, and then we'll group them. See if they have personal info. Can do that for all the input fields. Okay, so I'll just do that offline. So it will be your task, just as I did for personal info. You group the rest, group the password to account info, then you group the okay, I'll just do it in the next video, and then you see you group move the gender to the personal info and group it as part of the personal info, then group the password, and then the favorite colors other info, group region, and region as location, then comments and how happy are you as feedback. Yeah, that's what we will do. So I'll do that offline, off the video, sorry, and I'm hoping you will just use what I taught you to also do that yourselves. Yeah. But before that, I'll just move the gender to the personal info. So that was our radio button. So gender, all of this, okay, all of this will be taken out, Control X, okay, then personal info, Control V, then we save. So we have gender as part of the personal info. So you do the other groupings, and then we'll meet in the next class. I also do mine. We'll meet in the next video. Thank you.